Somebody doing some construction work over there.
You can eliminate that. Everything is done.
We're good?
We good.
Wow. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the call. Everyone is looking good by video. Coach is over there just smiling. Coach, push the record button for me.
Done.
Thank you. Once again, good morning. Welcome to the call. Everyone is looking great. Hopefully everyone can hear me very well via phone. If anyone is new to the call or the platform, good morning, Lisa. This is your first time and welcome. My name is JP. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. I have the distinct honor and pleasure of hosting this call Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, we are still studying and reading from the book titled The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. You can download that book to your electronic device, or you can purchase the hard copy. If you choose to purchase the hard copy, please purchase the updated version of that book, because that is the one that we are reading and studying from. This morning, as normally, you will be hearing from two dynamic leaders, speakers, and authors. The first voice that you will hear after mine, and the first face that you will see if you are on video platform, is Mr. Jamal Mumford. He is the published author of a book titled Success Now. Hence the title of that book, guys, is Success Now. He helps individuals on a daily basis, such as myself, with their self-development, and he travels extensively doing that, guys. The next voice that you will hear after Mr. Mumford, and the next face that you will see, is none other than Mr. Motivator himself, Kemp Satchel. He is the published author of a book titled Alcoholics versus Struggleholics. He also helps individuals on a daily basis with their self-development. And he travels extensively, and he enjoys doing it on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, guys. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to some and present to others Mr. Jamal Mumford. Mr. Mumford, are you still clear with us this morning, sir?
I'm here, JP. I'm here. Can you hear me well?
I hear you very well, sir, and good morning. You are looking fabulous.
Awesome. Well, thank you as well. And want to welcome everyone to the webinar, the call this morning. And we're excited for all the information we're going to glean every single morning from this call. I tell you, it's just nothing like personally developing yourselves. And I just want to really kind of step out the way. And I want to, I jumped on a call early this morning. So I was on at 8:45, and it's always amazing when you get there early. You just have these pre-conversations with people, and I was on. I just wasn't saying anything because I wanted to keep on hearing. I just be like the wall, what's that? The paint on the wall, whatever. The mouse on the wall, whatever. Just hear people talk. Fly on the wall. I gotta get these old terminologies down. I mean, I'm not. These old 1970s, 80s terms. I don't get them. I gotta learn them. But anyway, I was just listening, and I tell you. I want people always ask. Thank you, Brittany. Come on, Brittany. Don't show me up like Brittany. You're supposed to be on my side, Brittany. You're supposed to know anything. Okay. And I tell you, sometimes people ask, what is this call all about? And, personal development is one of those things that people always say, where was this call at when I needed it a long time ago? There wasn't around, because even still today, personal development is not a well-known phenomenon. It's not, people, I mean, I'm taking this course, and I was talking to Ms. Satchel today, and the course is, people will go to a course like that, but going beyond that, people don't go beyond that. They just kind of just want to know how the brain functions, which is good to know how your brain functions, but no one really goes deep into themselves, because that's a scary element, to really learn about yourself and got to confront yourself, why you do what you do to find. That's a scary situation, to find out why you do what you do, why you wear the clothes you wear, why do you dress the way you dress, why you believe what you believe. It's understanding why you act the way you act. So personal development is that thing that really just kind of just says, we're going to look ourselves in the mirror and we're going to make that change, right? We said our theme song when we first started a year and a half ago was The Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. You know, we said we was gonna break that song down. We never did, but we got to get back to that because we talk about that's our theme song. When you break down the words, you know, it's the man in the mirror that we're talking about here in personal development. So I want to bring up to the forefront here in the beginning here, and I want her to share with, and I hope that she can. Sometimes doing it twice it never comes out the same the second time, you know. And I wanted to kind of stop her, but she was on the roll. But I wanted Kareem to come up and share a story today, because it really just, people always say, what is this call all about? Why should you come back to this call every single day? Because if you stay on this call and you take the call the way it's supposed to be taken, see, not coming to us, see, some of you may have been in church for a long time. And see, I tell you people all the time, you approach things, how you do one thing, how you do everything. So how do we come to church? We come to church every Sunday morning, get our little clap on, get our little word, and then we walk away back home and forget everything else that happened, and we go back to our mundane lives, and nothing ever changes. How many can admit that, right? How many have been doing that for a long time, right? I did that for a long time, right? And so we come to a call like this, and your brain says, oh, this is like church. Come here, get emotionally stirred up, walk away, don't do anything about it, and nothing's changed a year and a half now. But this individual, I want her to talk because she is really the example of how to take a call like this and make it work for your life, and it's changing her life. So I want Karina to come up and share what she shared. Please just take your time and please share what you shared with JP. I was listening, but JP, you had JP crying this morning, you know, before the call even started. So Karina, you can come up and just share your story about what this call has done for you. I welcome you to the call. Go ahead and take it away.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Usually I would wait for Inside Fridays to speak, but I couldn't wait. So I wanted to say that this call, how I feel, it was basically created for me, about me, to help me, to basically cope with life. Because every lesson, I just feel like it's about me and how to fix me. So I have, like, some of the homework that you guys give, it might seem simple or small, oh, I can do that. But when you actually go through it, it's real major. For example, showing your accomplishments, your small accomplishments. That was big for me because that made me realize what I was doing, not only to myself, but to my daughter. I usually get medals, or she usually wins medals, and because I do it to myself, I usually just throw them into a drawer or put them in a bag. These are some of the medals that she has won, so I took them out. I'm gonna put them up along with some of my certificates and diplomas. I felt because it wasn't a degree, it wasn't worthy of being, like, put out. But so many times, like, I sit back and I think, this class has helped me tremendously, and I can't wait to, like, get the little homeworks or little tasks to do, because I can see the difference it has made in my life. It's a real eye-opener. Like, one of the other tasks was just saying I love you in the mirror. Yeah. It really helps and it really works. I felt the last class, I felt a lot lighter, like, speaking, because that's not my strong point. So I want to do that more everywhere I go, every person I see, I talk to, just because I know that it's improving myself, basically. So that was what I wanted to share with the class this morning.
Wow, let's give it up for Kareem. Wow. Thank you so much, Kareem. Thank you so much. And it's just so heartfelt to hear you share, and you're a great speaker, by the way. The fact that you wrote it out, that, you know, that's speaking 101. You know, the worst thing you could do is just go up and speak without having anything written down. So you said exactly what you said the first time. So I want to tell you, and being a communicator, and non-oral communication, that was great what you just did. And most people don't even write down; they just go and just talk, and they be all over the place. You were very relevant. You were timely. You enunciated your words. You took your time. I mean, everything point by point. I mean, it was a perfect, well thought out speech. I just want to tell you, from being a professional, that you did a great job. So don't stop. Keep on going.
Yes, yeah.
Your hands. I just wanted to say that to you. So thank you so much, Kareem, for sharing that. And that's everything, gentlemen. I just hope that many of you will speak out. That's all Mr. Satchel and I asked for. We just asked that you would take this class and let it get inside of you. You know, and we don't give you everything. We have I tell people all the time, there's a method to our madness. I promise you that there's a method to our madness, because we've been doing this a long time, and you know, and it's not just a show here. We're just being real, and it's not try to be all structured and like that. We just want people's lives to change. That's simply it. That's what's called life-changing alliances. Change you so you can change your world. That's it. And sometimes we got to get deep. Sometimes we're gonna be shallow. Sometimes we're gonna cry. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna experience all those emotions, because that's part of changing, right? So, Kareem, thank you so much for sharing, and I'm excited. With that being said, Mr. Satchel, I'll turn the call over to you, sir.
Wow. Woo. I normally prepare myself for those things on Friday, but man, oh man, it is just Tuesday, and you got me all messed up. And I want to definitely appreciate you, Kareem, because at the end of the day, that's what this class is all about, change. Woo, thank you. You know, first of all and foremost, I don't know if Maya is on this morning, but today is her birthday, so we want to celebrate Miss Maya. Maya.
Yes, yeah, Maya.
I don't know if she's on, but y'all know we celebrated it,
yeah,
right?
I'll celebrate it. I know her.
Ron Stevens is on, so he can tell her we celebrate. In fact, I'm going to sing right now. No. But we definitely want to appreciate that. We want to appreciate each and every last one of you who take the time out to make this call a success. And without you, it wouldn't be a success. At the end of the day, we definitely appreciate each and every person that takes their time out, get on this call and share insights and listen and hear, and then at the end of the day, participate on this call every morning. This morning was quite interesting for me, because I woke up this morning and I started, Mr. Mumford had really brought this to my attention, which we've heard, one of the gentlemen that's in our project, who studied the 48 laws of power. And I had the opportunity to listen to the actual author of that book. And it was introduced to me, quite some time ago, but he's just completed another book called Mastery. And in the midst of that, when you're an author, a lot of people have the tendency to want to interview you, like journalists like Mr. Mumford, being a journalist. And they would always say how, some people, like journalists are supposed to get stories, and they're supposed to get stories to the point that they criticize it to a point, or see it to the point that everybody will want to buy into that story, and it takes up the ratings, right? But at the end of the day, the author says that, his book was definitely taken out of context. He just wanted to show some of the things that people use to demonstrate their ways of getting to where they are in life. And I said the same thing. I used to ask Mr. Mumford, like, do you have to be a jerk to get to the top? Like, do you have to really be, a butthole? Because that's what it seemed to me. It just seemed like the people that were really at the top, they were just like jerks. Seriously. And I'm just being transparent right now. And when he actually shared, he was saying it's not that you have to be, it's how once you read the information, how you apply the information, and you have what is the motive behind what it is that you're actually using the information for. If any of this is making sense, like you can have information and have bad motives, right? So you can do it to manipulate people versus a point that you want to use it to help people. Like some people, they just have bad motives, but then some people take those 48 laws, and they use them to take them where they need to go. Why? Because it's what you use to get to those places, like being very sensitive and emotional and being very nice, right? Sometimes that may not get you where you want to be. Always going out for, I remember me, it was like, I'm always looking at the people that don't, I want to help people. I want to do this. But at the end of the day, would y'all agree with me on this one today? I'm going to say, if you don't have to. Just because one is doing bad doesn't mean that every bum that's out on the street simply just decided, I want to be a bum on the street. Am I making sense? Like, there's some people that have, like, just because there's people in a shelter, these aren't people that just wake up and say, you know what? I want to live in a shelter. That's not something that sometimes people just get bad breaks in life, right? You just stump. Things just show up. But at the end of the day, those become your building blocks so that you don't continue to make the same mistake over again. Because you might have ended up, but guess what? You don't have to stay there. So, like he said, I can't be a person of worrying and be a creator at the same time. Like, you can worry the hell yourself to death and get nothing done, or you can be a creator, but you can't do both. You can't do both of them, right? So he says everybody that's doing bad and everything else like that, some of those folks are doing bad because guess what? They too damn lazy to do anything else, period. You follow what I'm saying? Like, people look at me and say, oh, they don't. No. Some of them, like, we live in the world of opportunity. You know what this man said? He said, you should wake up every morning and kiss the ground that you walk on, because there's so much opportunity. And if you ever get to like a third world country where, these people really don't have government, they don't have welfare, they don't have none of this stuff. These people still have outside plumbing. Here we have just about everything that you could, like people. We'll never lose people. But he says you can't be a worrier and a complainer and then a creator of things to do better for yourself. Am I making sense? Oh, what am I going to do? Stop worrying and do something. Right? Am I making sense? Like, can you stop worrying and create something right now and then? Like, literally. I was saying this to Mr. Mumford. Even if you on welfare, damn it, you could take $20 worth of food stamps, go purchase 10 boxes of cake, cook those cakes, and sell them and have yourself another $200 from the $20 in the food stamps that you have. You just have to start thinking differently, be around different people, and God darn it, guess what? It could be worse. But you have opportunity in America. And I'm saying this to say it, because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, when they say you're making too much money, you're doing this, you're doing that. At the end of the day, guess what? When you become that genius that God has created in all of us, not just Avery, not just Jamal, not just JP, not just Jamal, in every last one of us on the face of this earth, there is some reason why we're here. It is your responsibility not to feel sorry for where you're at, because you're where you're supposed to be. Now, let's move forward. I don't know who that was for, but it was for somebody. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited and pumped up this morning. Why? Because we are marvelous, right? And we're getting better every single day on purpose. So with that being said, let's get right into our book. I'm excited. Why? Because I said so. So with that being said, let's get right into this book, because we are really... we started off with a new principle yesterday. Clean up your mess. Anybody clean up some of their mess yesterday? I did. Me and Mr. Brown. Look, I was putting stuff out, right? They say if you get rid of it, some new stuff coming in, right? Get rid of that old geezer. Right? Oh, man, I'm just saying, clean up some of that stuff. Forgive all of that stuff. Guess what? There's some more people that can be new friends. Release. Forgive. Just understand those are only things that are preparing you for better. Am I making sense? No matter how bad the relationship was, me and Lynn both being adopted. Both of us were adopted kids. And I was asking her, Lisa said she was adopted, right? I mean, you'd be surprised how many people are in. But at the end of the day, when you recognize how great you are, see, when I was putting the stories together as a little kid, I was angry. I was upset. I was going through a lot of this stuff because the way I was processing it in my head, I was making the story make me feel bad when I could have processed it in my head and said, thank God that my mother left me at that hospital and didn't take me into that environment. Thank God that I was put in a boys' home outside of. See, every simple thing you dealing with, there is a good side to it. You just have to find the good in it and stop looking for the bad in it. And as we were sitting here and we was just conversing with each other and saying, man, like, were you ever angry? And she said how she was, and I said how I was and everything. But look at what we can do today to help somebody through the process, because thank God, both of us had the opportunity to meet our biological parents. She met hers at 21. I met mine at 30. But at the end of the day, when I heard the story of what really took place, I was able to overcome, forgive, and love the hell out of my mother today. You follow what I'm saying? Why? Because it wasn't her fault. Because I don't know why I'm going here today, but because all of us has a process. She was 16 years old. She had already had a kid. Her mother was pregnant while she had me. I got an uncle the same age as me. You don't know, but see, you have a tendency to put stuff together in your head so wrongfully for you that you're sabotaging your own life. And now it's now into your present, and now it's going to go into your future if you don't let it go. Am I making sense? So I thank God, and look, me and Lynn are like perfect for each other to the point where, guess what? We've all had our similarities, but guess what? There's a reason for every last thing that you deal with. There's a lesson in everything. I don't care how bad. Once you understand it's a process, and your process is only preparing you for your what? Your purpose. Boy, you're going to soar. I'm going to tell you, you're going to soar. Just because you was molested, look at Oprah Winfrey today. She didn't let that molestation stop her, but it pushed her. You follow what I'm saying? To the point that we're not looking at what our trials and tribulations are as bad things, but looking at them as our process to take us into our purpose. Because guess what? We all got a purpose here, and you better live it before you leave it. Period. So clean up your messes and your incompletes, and let's move forward in this book. Mr. Mumford, how you doing today?
I'm wonderful, bro. Let's go.
All right. So if I'm not mistaken, we are at 25 ways to complete before moving forward. If you are in a position to read this morning, we have it up on the screen for you. For those that are on the phone, you can download the app Zoom Meeting or Zoom iCloud Meeting to your phone. It's an app. And when you push the app, all you have to do is join the meeting and put in that ID 404. Most of you will be able to participate. You don't even have to use your phone line. You will be dialing in from the app if you have, and most of us have internet on our phones unless you have an Android, and you probably have to go and, do some funny stuff. iPhones don't have to go through all of that. But I'm just saying, anybody want to read with an iPhone? No, I'm just playing.
We're all Android users, sir. Just FYI.
Whatever.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well.
Android user.
Oh, my God. She's not even looking at her screen. She got her own book.
How do you know that? Because I don't have on my glasses and your print is too small. I can't see.
If you click original size, it'll make it bigger. Up on the top, click on the original size.
They don't have that on Androids, do they? You probably want to.
Actually, I am accessing it through my Windows device. Thank you very much.
Windows. It's supposed to be Apple.
Okay, well, I tell you what, it could be an Apple, it could be an Apple.
Look at that. See, Kim, shut up.
So, guys, you heard it here first. I'm getting a new MacBook Pro. Yeah.
Paid for by Mr. Satchel.
Yes. 25 ways to complete before moving forward.
Yes.
Okay. How many things do you need to complete, dump, or delegate before you can move on and bring new activity, abundance, relationships, and excitement into your life? Use the checklist below to jog your thinking. Make a list and then write down how you'll accomplish each task. Once you've made your list, choose 4 items and start completing them. Choose those that would immediately free up the most time, energy, or space for you, whether it's mental space or physical space. At minimum, I encourage you to clean up one major incomplete every 3 months. If you want to really get the ball rolling, schedule a completion weekend and devote 2 full days to handling as many things on the following list as possible.
Stop. Homework assignment. Okay, a lot of us we're reading, and here is an assignment. See, the thing about it is, if you remember when we read this book in the beginning, there were a lot of testimonies and stories of people saying after they have read the book and completed these tasks, their life took off. Are you following what I'm saying? So it's not just read the book. The author is giving you assignments, and I believe if we just did not hear a testimony from Corrine saying how she was doing the things that the book is saying to do, not just reading the book. Like Mr. Mumford said, a lot of us would just go to church for entertainment. I would love to go to church. Who wanted to go to church when the senior choir was singing? None of us. We ain't go. Who wanted to go to church when the pastor wasn't going to be there? Right? We just went for what? Entertainment. I know I did. I'll just speak on myself. And it was like I wanted to hear the choir. I didn't want to hear no preaching. I wanted to hear all of these fake testimonies and stuff like that. I'm just being really honest with you. So at the end of the day, take these lessons. Do you really want to see your life take off? That's what this book is all about. This is college. Isn't this the part of college that you would listen, right? Am I making sense, Mr. Mumford, right here?
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, Lynn, go ahead.
Number 1, former business activities that need completion. Number 2, promises not kept, not acknowledged, or not renegotiated. Number 3, unpaid debts or financial commitments, money owed to others or to you. Number 4, closets overflowing with clothing never worn. Number 5, a disorganized garage crowded with old discards. Number 6, haphazard or disorganized tax records. Number 7, checkbook not balanced or accounts that should be closed. Number 8, junk drawers full of unusable items. Number 9, missing or broken tools. Number 10, an attic filled with unused items. Number 11, a car trunk or back seat full of trash. Number 12, incomplete car maintenance. Number 13, a disorganized basement filled with discarded items. Number 14, a credenza packed with unfiled or incomplete projects. Number 15, filing left undone. 16, computer files not backed up or data needing to be converted for storage. Number 17, desk surface cluttered or disorganized. Number 18, family pictures never put into an album. Number 19, mending, ironing, or other piles of items to repair or discard. Number 20, deferred household maintenance. Number 21, personal relationships with unstated requests, resentments, or appreciations. 22, people you need to forgive. 23, time not spent with people you've been meaning to spend time with. Number 24, incomplete projects or projects delivered without closure or feedback. And number 25, acknowledgments that need to be given or asked for.
Wow. Okay, Lynn, how many of these things apply to you?
I'll say about a good 10, 15, being honest.
That's good. I got one, but that's good. But I'm saying
You got one. Wait a minute. What do you mean you got one?
y'all know I'm messing around. But how many of us have stuff on this list that we can actually apply? Thank you, Avery, for your honesty. Anybody else? Thank you. I think all of us have at least a few things on this list that we can start to work on to what? Better ourselves. Am I making sense? Personal development is what? Reflecting on where you are, and can any of this make a difference? The other question I'm going to ask you is, would this not be good if you are involved in a relationship to be doing together? Yes. See, when you look at romance and all of these things like that, would this not be something that we could do together? It's like, I don't know. It's just like, even family, kids, is this something good that we can actually get our family involved? This like could be a family activity, all right? That we work on things together. That's what bonds that love and affection and stuff like. Am I making sense? Yes or yes? Awesome. So Lynn, what did you get from this reading here?
That I need to get started on my list. That's what I got from it. Just sitting here looking at all these things, I'm like, oh man, another one. So I have my work cut out for me, and as they say, you can't eat an elephant all at one time. So I'm a make the list, and I'm gonna attack them one by one, and I'm gonna get started.
And even in the assignment, he also said that you can just do what? He said you take 3 things, right? 2 or 3 things in that 3 months period. So we're not trying to do everything at one time. He's not doing that. He's saying attach 2 or 3 things to it and start working on those things as you continue to move forward. I mean, I believe if you truly want to make some things happen different, then it'll make some differences, right? Anything you want to say about that, Mr. Mumford?
It's good. I mean, it's always good to evaluate yourself, on a continual basis. And that's why you write down your to-do list and make it big. I mean, I often would just take all those things right there and just go to Microsoft Word and type them all out. right? And then just put it in front of you. And what I often do is I'll have a to-do list that I'm working on for a whole year. You know, just things that may happen in October, things that may happen in June, whatever. And so that keeps me on track because, you know, and the more you do it, Mr. Satcher said, you'll psychologically get more organized. People say, how do you remember all this stuff? Like I'll tell people to do something, that's it, and I'll message them, and they're like, wow, how do you remember? You remember? And I'll tell people, I know more about your life than you know about your own life, because it's just a matter of conditioning yourself to do that. So this is very good to take the time out today and just type out everything you got to do. Following this, you already got the formula right here. Some ideas. And type it out and print it out and put it on your wall. And as you don't, put a check mark through it, put a line through it, you know, and it may, no matter how long it takes you, at least you're visually seeing it. So sometimes, because I know many of us, I think we'll sit around and say, anybody ever have time where you sit around saying, what I got to do today? Like you just had this question mark pop up in your head, and you know, and you can also look at the television and see that list and say, oh, you know what, I got to take my car for a maintenance job. You know, I forgot to get my oil changed. So, and the more you, and again, this is going back to that success principle, that the more you see yourself doing things, the better it's psychologically going to begin to plan you for the next thing you got to do, right? So that's what begins to happen. So that's all I want to say.
And you look at it too, and I want you to look at other stuff on here. Promises not kept, not acknowledged, or not renegotiated, right? Unfinished, that stuff like that. It also said unpaid debt and financial. Like how many of us been avoiding the phone calls, right? Well, guess what? You see the phone ringing, but you know what's so nice about it? Right in this community, we got a financial specialist that can help you with that. Mr. Avery, call him. Say, man, this bill collector keep calling me. Like, what can I do? He gonna tell you to pay it, but you know, he gonna hook you up. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things you can get written up, but that's why it's important to have alignment with other people who have those type of expertise. You look at Brittany, she's about in the health care, right? So maybe you can't call up somebody or somebody, you know, call her up and say, listen, I got a question. You follow what I'm saying? That's why you have a community, and that's why it's important to what? Increase your territory. That's what that means. Enlarge your territory. Am I making sense? Hopefully I am. Get the junk out your trunk. We got another thing for that, right, Mr. Mumford? No, he said, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so anything next? What's irritating you? What is irritating you? Somebody want to read outside? Y'all making Len read all the time. Anybody else want to read? Raise your hand, star 64, unmute yourself. Beverly. Oh, Nina?
Hey there, Coach. I know Miss Beverly's hand is raised too. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, Beverly? Yeah, I can hear you.
Good morning. Good morning. I was going to read when Miss Lynn was talking about when Miss Lynn read, but this has been so good. Like, just overall having the power, to me, it's going back to the power to believe, like just knowing your belief factor. And if you don't know nothing else, like, do you really see yourself at the end result winning, you know? And so I know for me, just going back to just having the power and knowing that in your mind you can accomplish the very thing that you want to accomplish. So this, in going through this list, that was huge, because I'm a list person, but I've never had the tools to know exactly what that list should look like. Mm-hmm. And so now having the tools to see, like, wow, this is how you walk down and accomplish the things that you want in life. This has definitely been so helpful for me. So I'm just appreciative overall.
Absolutely. What's irritating you?
That's $1 million question. Irritating.
No, just read the book right there. Just read that.
Okay, yes, sir. Okay, let me switch this around. Like incompletes, daily irritates are equally damaging to your success because they too take up attention units. Perhaps it's the missing button on your favorite suit that keeps you from wearing it, from wearing it to an important meeting, or the torn screen on your patio door that lets in annoying insects. One of the best things you can do to move further and faster along your success path is to fix, replace, mend, or get rid of those daily irritants that annoy you and stay on your mind. Tarlin Medianer, the author of Coach Yourself to Success, recommends walking through every room in your house, your garage, and all around your property, jotting down those things that irritate, annoy, and bother you, and then arranging to get each one handled. Of course, none of these may be urgent to your business or life-threatening to your family, but every time you notice them and wish they were different, they pull energy from you. Wow. They are subtly subtracting energy from your life instead of adding energy to your life. No, not right now, sweetheart. Sorry, y'all. They are expiring you rather than inspiring you. Another negative physiological impact of not handling those incompletes or tolerating those things that irritate you is that it creates a state of resignation in you that affects your belief in your ability to achieve your bigger goals. Wow. Subconsciously, your mind is thinking, if I can't find a stapler, then I want it. Wait, if I can't find a stapler when I want it and my filing system is dysfunctional, what makes me think I can start my own company or become a millionaire? Wow. Wow.
Go ahead. What
okay.
You say about that?
Wow, that's a wow. I remember when, wow, I never looked at it from the fact that it's taken away from you, even though it's just little things. But I know that last statement all too well, because I remember coming into my divorce in probably like 98, 97 or so. And I remember at that same time, God had spoken my heart, my nonprofit. And that whole time, I would say, if I couldn't keep a marriage together, you know, how in the world do I think I can build this international program? And I would the whole time tell the Lord no, but I would write down. I was writing it down what he was speaking to me. And here I am, of course, 9 years later, and it's just flourishing, you know. So I was definitely the one in that position that felt that way, although I knew that he can produce it. I just was more so lack of confidence, I think, in myself, even though my divorce, I would say the blood wasn't on my hands, for say. So that was just a great statement in itself. And I think even in listening to that overall from the time that Miss Lynn was reading up until now, like you understand that you got to know that all things work together. I'm talking about, I don't care how bad something looks. I just trust that all things work together. That's that word, you know, to those who love him and are called. So no matter what it looks like, I always have been the optimistic one to walk through it no matter what. I just didn't care. And so that's just the fact that no matter where your past has been, it'll never dictate what your future can possibly be.
That's good right there. That's good right there. You can read this last paragraph.
Okay, yes, sir.
Professional organizers.
Okay. And I just hired a professional organizer, y'all. She has made me feel, I'm telling y'all, she has made me take my professionalism to a whole nother level, and it's been worth every dime I've given her to do this. So yay, I'm a product of that right now. Consider hiring a professional organizer to get you started. The mission of the National Organization of Professional Organizers, NAPO, is to help you declutter your life and build systems to ensure that things stay that way. You may need someone who has a dispassionate eye to look beyond your attachments, familiarity, and fears and be neutral in a way you can't. Plus, NAPO members are experts in how to make things efficient and easy. It is their profession. For about the cost of several business lunches, you can hire an organizer from your local area for a day of work. Additionally, you can hire people to clean your home as well as handle the little irritants, maintenance, chores, and other tasks you either don't want to do or aren't skilled enough to do it. If your finances don't allow for a professional organizer, My screen is cut off there, Coach. Ask a friend to help.
Hire a neighborhood teen, what we just talked about, or the stay-at-home mom down the street. You can also read one of the, go ahead.
Many good how-to books and tackle things yourself. Just remember that you don't need to get it all done at once. Choose one each month. Just as cleaning your incompletes is as important to your successful future, there is literally no excuse for enduring the disorganization in your life. That's right. Lord, that's so good.
Okay, go ahead. What you gonna say about that one?
Oh my goodness, like, man, I think I was probably the pillar of life, especially a disorganized life, you know, being a single mom and then mandating an organization and now working to build a project. Like, I had to bring order to my life. And so I've always been a to-do list person, but not always having the skills to produce the end result that I wanted. So this particular person that I hired, y'all, she was my boss when I worked for the government with the Affordable Care Act. Wow. And I saw this woman build this. I mean, this was when Navigators and the insurance just landed. So I saw this woman build this program from zero to the end result. And we worked this program for 2 years. So I knew that she had what I didn't have. And that was to produce my business in a way that I can see the professional side of it. Because I'm the one that see the result and I could just get out there and get it. But she knew how to build it. She knew how to put my paperwork in place. So just as an example, at my event I just held this weekend, y'all, you would have thought that I've been in this thing for years. My newsletter special edition was beautiful. Everything she had out was so good, but I didn't do it. I had to pay for that. And the services, y'all, that I pay for with her, it's really a couple of lunch meetings that I've been able to just pay her. So it's been beyond worth it. So I'm so excited because I know the more that I organize my life personally, the more that my business life will be organized. So again, I'm just a current product of this very thing we're reading.
Woo, that's good. That's good. That's good. Clap it up for Miss Nina. Boom, 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 boom. Baby, how many of y'all would love to have some folks working for y'all? Y'all ain't never thought about that, right? doing that thing. Y'all better understand how important people are in your life. Do you hear me? This is major. This is so major. Well, I can't do that. I got to do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Man, you would be surprised. Can you get the flyers? Can you afford to purchase the flyers? Sure you can. Now, guess what? Your kids, the grandbabies, put them in the car and say, Grandma going to give you $10 to go and put all of these flyers in the neighborhood. Do you find? Now, listen, I'm going to be sitting in my car taking care of some business, but they going to love you. Why? Because Grandma gave me some money. I'm telling you, you have people. When I had my business, it was like in the dry cleaning, I didn't know nothing about no computers then. That's when the stuff was like big computers, DOS. Anybody remember DOS? Some of y'all remember it. Some of y'all too young to understand. But they had these big old computers called DOS. I ain't know nothing about no filing. I ain't know nothing about QuickBooks. I ain't know nothing about all that. I didn't know nothing about it. And I ain't mad to say that I don't know nothing about it, right? But it was so great when I could find somebody. Look what Nina said. She hired her boss. What? She hired her boss. Come on, man. That's a baller right there. That Negro right there, she a baller. You hear me? Anytime you can hire your boss who you work for that's now working for you and they putting your stuff together. Come on, somebody. But at the end of the day, that's what makes her look great in what? It's called cooperating, which we got in trouble for. See, we would get in trouble for talking. Like Deidre Lynn was very smart. If I was looking at her test, I get caught, I got in trouble. Father, what I'm saying? We got to cooperate with people. I don't know everything. Mr. Mumford don't know. But guess what? When you put me and Mr. Mumford together, oh my God, you got a time bomb. What? You see what I'm saying? And now you got me, Jamal, and we got JP on the board of staff. Oh, then we got Deidre. Then we got Mr. Avery. Then we got Miss Beverly. We got Nina. Do y'all see what's happening right here? And at the end of the day, man, oh man, it says you form the mighty blow. Anybody see Soul Food? That's what it's all about. Coming together, right? And at the end, it's not about you. It's bigger than you. But guess what? When you put yourself in these positions to the point that you gotta start stepping up, I told that to I said, I'm putting together systems. I said, how do y'all come down here? And I asked Mr. Mumford, I said, they put a restaurant together called McDonald's. They'll come down and put a McDonald's down in a neighborhood, right? And then they'll make you the store manager. Right? And you feel so important because you got the keys to the store. You are the store manager. And they go on back to Oklahoma, wherever they go to. And at the end of the day, guess what? I say, how do y'all trust anybody? They say, we don't trust you. We trust our system. Follow what I'm saying? See, systems work. So when you learn how to be that creator, and you can create ideas, like Nina and I like to say, like I'm the one that I can come up with the vision, but then I have Lynn make it plain. Can you write this? Like I'll write it out, but then she proofread it and she'll make it look like it's fantastic and we look good. Cause she'll stop me now. Cause I used to send out emails and I like my energy, you know, I got all kinds of mistakes and everything in it. It ain't nothing. She said, hold it, honey, please let me see that email. Just send it to me first. Don't send that thing out on, please go on Facebook and edit that. Cause you so pumped up and riled up and boom, 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 boom. And then here goes somebody else that's like, hey, I got your back. Am I making sense? And it makes us all look good in the end. Hire somebody. Leverage other people. It's okay. You'll be surprised. You're just thinking you can't afford to do it. I can't afford to have I can't wait to have a big old house, to have the maid, the cook. And when I come home, look, dinner is made. Look, see, Lynn talk about cook. You ain't gonna have no cook, honey. I gotta help you to move up. Look, see, she can't let it go. Let it go. It's somebody else we can pay. We need to do this. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. You don't have to do everything. And when you stop thinking like that, it's gonna cause you to grow. It's going to cause you to grow, and you're going to be able to do so much more that you have to offer to society. Am I making sense? Yeah. Mr. Mumford, what you got to say about this, brother?
I mean, it's a good thing. You know, you're talking about what irritates you. And I always once heard, you know, whatever irritates you, God has called you to correct. So sometimes, you know, it's irritating you and God's bringing it up in your life so that you can correct it. So if you're irritated about your finances and where they are, then it's time to correct them. You know, I'm coaching a client now and we're kind of going through the finances and we're in the beginning stages where it's like, she's like, I don't have enough money to do what you're telling me to do. And I said, no, I'm driving your behavior now. We got to make this change. And it's going to be hard in the beginning because we have to, if this is your main thing in your life that's really bothering you, your finances, let's get them in order, because that's irritating you. Because and I know in my life, and I look at my life today, and I look at things that may irritate me, right? And you begin to see how they become barriers. And if you let that it's like an itch, right? You let that itch stay there. If you let that bug stay there, it keeps bothering you. You got to keep on giving attention to it. And yesterday, as I was in class, you know, it's so funny. It's so funny how things work in the same and things work together, because what the gentleman was saying was that we all have this tank of energy to different things in our life. And now this actually gives weight more to what he was saying, because let's say something is irritating you. Let's say right now I'm sitting here and I got something that's irritating me. Well, once I give into that irritation, that's now withdrawing from my energy to produce. and be creative. This is why they say, he was even saying, that's why couples should never argue at nighttime. Never have a debate at nighttime, because your body naturally lowers itself once the sun goes down. That's why people that work overnight shifts tend to die faster, because naturally your body is supposed to be sleeping from the hours of a certain time to a certain time. So he says what they found in studies is that when you argue with your spouse at nighttime, you notice those are the worst arguments. I know I have. Man, now you go on still sleeping in the bedroom because he says the best time to have a conversation is in the morning. They even showed that they did a study of prisoners in England and Europe, that they said the best time to go to court isn't to be the first one in court. Because if you go to court at 4 o'clock versus 9 a.m., at 4 o'clock, you're going to get very bad results. Send him to jail. Offer him. I'm done. I'm so tired. Send him to jail. But in the morning, you know what? I think you're a really good person, Jamal. We're going to give you a second chance. I'm going to give you 3 months probation. I come in at 4 o'clock. What am I saying here? Is that because as the life goes on, you got to be careful to guard yourself, guard your energy, because as you give into those irritants, you're withdrawing from your creative power. Those kids get on my damn nerves. See, every time you do that, you're withdrawing from your creative power. And what happens is you never begin to, and this is big. This is huge. I'm learning this yesterday, and now hearing this today, it makes sense. That's why I clean the clutter out of your life. Because how many of you walk past your garage and say, I'm getting tired looking at this darn garage. It's getting on my nerves. See, every time you say that, you now give energy to that, and now that energy is gone. It's zapped out. And you want to maintain that, because what did we say yesterday in that video? You want to get into your white space, right? You want to be able to get into your white space, but if you always give into irritants withdraw you from getting into your white space, which is your place of creativity, right? And that's where you produce. That's where you get your finest order. That's where thoughts come into your mind, and you'll be like, well, how did I overcome this battle? How did I overcome this issue? Because you maintain enough energy. Because like I said, we all have the power to do it. We all have it to become prosperous, to become successful in your project. We all have it. The thing is that we're giving our energy and time to things that we shouldn't be giving our time to. And in psychology, they call it chunking. You got to chunk. You got to take things in your life that's bothering you, and you got to chunk it. You got to get rid of those negative. That's why I said the guy that murdered my sister, it was so huge for me to forgive him. And I didn't know at the time the benefit it was to me today, because if I never forgave him, right? Imagine if I would have carried that. Like, if I had to see him tomorrow, I'm just going to look at him and say, listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to give any attention to it, because that's going to withdraw my creative power. You know what I'm saying? So this is huge. So this is really good that we got to learn this.
Brittany says she get irritated while she driving. They trying to pull what? What? Anybody get irritated while you driving? Anybody got car rage up here? Nobody. Brittany, you the only one.
I want Brittany.
Sure, right? But at the end of the day, see, as you personally develop, those things start to transition, because you understand. Some people just don't know how to drive.
Now I'm gonna say to Brittany, and Brittany was saying, and I said I was Michelle yesterday. I'm glad you made me think of this, Brittany. It's a little strategy that you can use, because it's going to work very well. Because you got to realize, right, when you get irritated, right, you can cause an accident, right? You can. I mean, I've seen people beep their horn at somebody. Next time the person got the car and jacked over the car and beat it with a baseball bat. It happened in Philadelphia, right? Because every action has a corresponding action. Every action causes a reaction, right? So if I get irritated somebody on the road and I put my middle finger up to the person, like I see people, sometimes I see people get mad at me if I do something on the road, and then I drive up next to them. They say, "Oh my goodness," they look at me like, "Oh my God, this black guy, oh my goodness, let me move up a little bit. I got mad at the wrong person. He might get out and beat me." And it's called a release technique. And I want you guys to kind of try this. It really works. Before you get upset, right, what you do is you take the situation at hand, no matter what it is, and you breathe in, and you count to 3. So everybody, you just breathe in, you count to 3, and you say release. And as you say release, you breathe out. And watch what will happen. You will handle the situation so much differently. That's the way to get over stress. if you're about to get irritated, you feel yourself getting revved up, I promise you, your body naturally reacts. It's a breathing technique. When you breathe in, when you cause action to go to the brain, it causes things to happen, right? Chemicals to resurface. It causes endorphins to release. So when you go 1, 2, 3, release, see, you just watch how your shoulders adjust, right? When you breathe in and you go release, your shoulders just go down because you're releasing that energy out of your body. So when you're on the road and you're ready to get upset at that person that cut you off, just go release, right? And I'm telling you, it's a great technique to use in your life. I promise you it works tremendously if you do it. And you got to be willing to try it. Don't be afraid. I know you want to get upset or whatever. Just try the release technique. It's really going to help you in different periods of your life. So
that's it. That's it.
That woosah. It's like a woosah.
That's what I say. Woosah. It works. Like he just said, it really, like, just do it. Just like woosah. But he say release. Woosah. Woosah. Good night. Woosah. She start arguing with you. Woosah. Don't you woosah me. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a wonderful class. Hopefully you have gotten something from today's class. If nothing but a lesson, everybody has, right? And if you have the note, if you have it on Kindle, you can highlight it and then copy it right to your Word document. And as Mr. Mumford said, post it to the wall. Give yourself out, because we see the only irritation is when you run out of ideas. You only get irritated by when you run out of ideas. Like you just like, I've gone to my wit's end, and then you find yourself no. There's always something that can make the difference. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I have had an incredible time today. I thank each and every one of you for making this class a success. It is recorded. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, I want to show y'all something real quick. Look what I did yesterday. For those, I have to show it if y'all don't mind. Y'all don't mind, right? For those that's on the camera, y'all can see. But look what I did yesterday. If you look at this, for all of those, see, I wrote it down. I said, I'm going to make it happen. And I did it. So check it out. Boom. Boom. Everybody see that?
No.
You can't see it?
No.
Damn. See it now?
Yes.
All the recordings are now on the website. So if you want to listen to the recording, you just go back. You'll be able to see the class and everything. And we are doing this. I'm getting caught up. I'm putting 3 up every day until I get caught up. So we got it. And guess whose face y'all get to see first? JP, right over there. She's like, hi, y'all. So we did put that up there for everybody. JP, you had your hand raised up. Did you want to say something? Yes? No? Yes?
Yes. I just had a quick question. It's a couple of people asking, what is the homework? So can you please tell us what the homework is?
Okay.
Stop, Nina.
Huh?
I was talking to Nina.
Okay, here goes the homework. I'm going to put it right back up for you guys. All right. Share your screen. The homework assignment is 25 ways to complete before moving forward. And there are 25 different ways that you can actually get rid of. What it says, how many things do you need to complete, dump, or delegate? Complete it, dump it, or delegate it before you can move on and bring new activity, abundance, right? Relationships and excitement into your life. So it says right here, at a minimum, encourage you to clean up at least one major thing every 3 months. Some of this stuff you could probably knock out in a day or two. But guess what? That's your homework assignment. At the end of the day, I don't care if you do it or not, right? You know why? That's like the college professor. He don't care whether you study or not, right? Because at the end of the day, what's going to reflect is your what? Your life. So at the end of the day, thank you so much. Everybody got it now? We good? At the end of the day, God bless, take care, take charge, and guess what? Get excited. Yes, Maritza, did you want to say something? Oh, Maritza, no. I did that. Beverly, hold on, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you want to say something? Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say, well, going back to yesterday where we were supposed to start decluttering, well, I started doing that. And in my mind, I'm always thinking, okay, if I can see it, then I'm going to get rid of it. But today's list also includes those things that you can't see. And it's not just an outer work. This is what I saw. It's not just an outer work that we have to do, just the space that I look at, because in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, if I just clean up what I can see, I'm good. But that's not so, because on this list, there were some things that a disorganized drawer. You can't see that stuff. And to me, I'm like, I'm good. I put everything in that drawer, so it's okay. But it's really not okay. What else?
Get that closet.
Filing left undone. I just take the file and I stick it in a little file cabinet and I shut it. And I'm thinking I'm good, but that's not so. And you're laughing at me, but I'm just being real.
It's so true. It's so true.
External and an internal work. It's all of this stuff is, and looking at this list, I'm like, I'm checking off so many things. I'm like, this is my whole life. Yeah, that's me. You hide it, you put it under the desk, and you're good. But it's not true. We have to do, it's an internal work, and that's what is really going to change, like the purpose, the mission statement. That's what's going to change our outside. So even with the clutter that I try to hide, I got to take care of that. The other thing, we talked about the irritants, and I've been noticing, like, you know, we have this little puppy that we're trying to train and get housebroken, and when she doesn't go outside and she goes in the house, I'm like, you know, I just get, and I know it zaps me. My responses to stuff, it zaps me. So I've really been trying to, you know, work on that. And then there was one more thing in the book, and I don't think you can see it on the screen, but it had a little asterisk, and it said, by the way, if you're looking to attract a healthy and fulfilling relationship into your life, it is important to complete your past relationships both psychologically and energetically. Woo. And then it gives the name of a book, The Soulmate Secret, Manifest the Love of Your Life with the Law of Attraction by Arnell Ford. It's an excellent resource that contains many exercises on letting go and completing your past relationships. And I think that's vitally important. I'm in transition in my life in a relationship, and you know, you try to let go, you think you forgive, and something comes up and stirs it up again. And this sounds like it would be a good resource because it actually has exercises that can help you, because we don't know, it sounds good, let go, forgive, but there has to be some practical things that we learn to do to be able to do that also. So.
Wow. That was very good. Thank you so much. I didn't even see that because, you know, I would have been all over that one right there. Seriously, right? Literally, there it is. I just highlighted it for you guys. Relationships, letting it go, not just physically, but what? Psychologically. That definitely becomes challenging. And if there's a resource out there that can help you to overcome those things, because I believe, seriously, I truly believe that everybody in society wants to be in a good relationship. Am I making sense? I believe that to the bottom of my heart. I believe all of us. You know, we may say, I don't need this, and I don't need that, and I don't need this, but is that true? No, it's not true. I have to believe all of us would love to have that soulmate in our lives that can make a difference. You can say that to justify anything that you want to say, but at the end of the day, Miss Lynn, did you have something you wanted to say? No.
It can. I'll say it tomorrow or another time.
Go ahead, say it.
I mean, like when I was reading the list and I was just listening to what Beverly said, I mean, just the call in general today was just awesome. And I was thinking about, I think it was last week when we were doing a part where it said that we needed to celebrate the successes. And all of those items that are on that list, you know, once as we're knocking them out, we're celebrating the successes. So I remember just I think it was a day or two, I organized one of the drawers, you know, like I cleaned it up, threw some stuff out or whatever. And now when I open that drawer and I see it all nice and neat, that makes me feel good. So I'm celebrating.
Yes, me too. Woo, woo! Awesome. See, listen, Sharon Brown, S. Brown said, may not need, but want. I said need. I believe we all need a relationship. I do believe that. Like, we may not say that, we just want one, but you need a relationship. You need a relationship. And especially when it comes down to, now I'm not going to say, and it really depends on where you are of that person, but you need a relationship in your life. At the end of the day, will it make a difference? Yes. Because does it make a difference when you don't have somebody in your life? Does it make a difference? Yes, it does. Period. Point blank. Now, we can talk about that on the other side, too, because you know you got my number. Guys, have a great day on purpose. Again, we are done. We're done this time, for real, for real. That wasn't a fake pass. Tina, have a good time out there in St. Croix. She says she knows she makes St. Croix look good, and I ain't apologizing for it. Y'all have a great day on purpose.